you're 70 now, right?
Just turned 70 a couple of months ago.
Yeah, in February 23rd.
Yeah.
So that means you've been playing how many years so far?
Over 50.
50 years.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. You started first with the clarinet.
yeah, when I was like 7.
When you were 7, and then switched over to the ukulele.
Yeah, 2 years later when I was 9.
Okay, what made you pick up the guitar?
Chuck Berry, pretty much.
Okay, okay. And you're from Beaumont, Texas.
Right.
Yeah, I've been to Beaumont. Have you been back?
Yeah, we played a show down there just a couple of months ago.
Yeah. They must love you down there. Hometown hero.
Yeah.
Hometown hero. So you've helped a lot of people regain their careers. Muddy Waters.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, I loved Muddy's music and I loved him as a person. It was a real honor to do that.
Yeah. And you got to record and win a Grammy.
Yeah,
with
won
him.
3.
Won 3 Grammys
3 out of 4
as well.
Grammys.
Yeah. And you've had many different bands along with your brother Edgar as well. Yeah. You're known for straight ahead blues. I mean, real Texas style blues. And you've influenced so many great players like Stevie Ray and so many of the popular younger guys, Joe Bonamassa and people like that as well. Today, yeah. Would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could you just play a little bit of your style? You have a slide guitar. That is some great playing. Are you in a certain tuning?
Yeah, I'm in D. Open D.
Open D.
D chord.
So your 6 strings down to D, and your 1st string is down to D.
Right.
Okay. A lot of people do G tuning as well. Do you?
Got to play that tuning too.
Okay, so you use a different guitar. The guitar you're playing is how old?
Pardon?
The guitar you have in your hand looks very, very old to me.
That's since 1964.
Oh, so
I've had it since 1970.
So you've been loyal to this guitar. And Gibson makes the Firebird Johnny Winter model, correct? Yeah, they must be thrilled having you as...
Oh, it's a very nice guitar.
Yeah, it's great guitar. Yeah, I know people that play that guitar. So, are you working today with your band quite a bit? Are you touring?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, you are?
We just got back from Japan a week ago.
Oh, you did? Okay. How were you received?
Great. Japan's a great place to play.
They love the blues?
They love nuts over there.
Yeah?
That's what's weird, there's not even a word for blues in Japanese.
Oh, really? So what do you go as, Johnny Winter?
No, we call it blues anyway. There's no Japanese word for it.
Okay. Now, as far as your approach to the guitar, were you self-taught completely?
No, I had a couple of teachers.
Oh, you did? Okay. Were they formal, teaching you to read music and such?
No, I didn't know about any of that.
Okay. And they were strictly and introduced you to the blues?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
they didn't want to play none. We didn't want to play any blues at all.
Oh, okay.
Our first guitar teacher was a country and western.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay. Did you ever play country and western?
I learned a little bit of it.
Okay.
You had to play some country play clubs in Brown, Texas.
You did?
You had to play a little bit.
To get through. But I read where you mainly would go into the black neighborhoods.
Yeah, I like to play in black places.
Right. And they received you quite well.
Very well.
Yeah, and we're here tonight at B.B. King's. And you played for B.B. and got a standing ovation.
Yeah, when I was 17.
When you were 17 years old. That's pretty big.
That was a big honor.
Yeah.
I love BB.
Yeah.
Great.
You get to play with BB much?
Pardon?
Do you get to play with BB much?
Every chance I get.
Okay.
We do a lot of the Crossroad festivals. BB's always there for those.
Okay.
I can touch in with him in Newport in '69. We were on a TV show together. I've played with them 5 or 6 times.
Now, I've seen you on Crossroads as well,
Oh, yeah.
with Eric Clapton and Buddy Guy.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Now, when you're soloing without a slide, are you thinking scales? Are you thinking arpeggios? What are you thinking?
No, I'm just thinking what I'm going to do next.
You're thinking what you're going to do. Are there favorite keys that you'd like to play?
No, I don't care. Any key's fine.
Okay. I've seen you on YouTube scat when you're singing and playing.
Yeah, I used to do this. I don't do it much anymore.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Okay. It's great ear training.
Okay, no.
Okay. Any albums coming out or CDs? I
Yeah,
should
we
say.
got a new album that should be out in another month or 2.
Oh, okay. Just you and your band?
Yeah, right. No, it's a lot of guests.
Oh, who were some of the guests?
Eric Clapton, Martin Knopfler, Billy Gibbons, Joe Bonamassa,
Okay.
Dr. John, Chase Trubisky, the guy from Aerosmith,
I see Perry.
what?
Perry?
Yeah, Joe Perry.
Yeah, Joe Perry. Yeah, I couldn't. Okay. Okay. Can you play a little bit, as if you're just playing a solo? Do you mind? Oh man, that's a great.
Blues. What is blues? Blues is the great American art form. Blues is actually the only form of music that is an original export from the United States. Blues is an American form. It spread from America, of course, all over the world. And if you think of blues as being kind of the hub, and you have spokes coming out of that hub, then think of the blues as being in the middle. And when blues went one way, it became Dixieland. When blues went to Chicago, it became jazz. When blues went this way, it became country. When it went this way, it became Western swing. So blues is absolutely emblematic of everything American. So when we think of blues, we often will think of something like slow and sad, you know, and my woman left me, or something like that. However, the reality in music is that blues is fundamentally a chord progression. It could be fast, it could be slow, the lyrics could be happy, the lyric could be slow, but it's a basic chord progression. Now in the simplest of blues, the chords are very simple. Maybe an E7, maybe an A7, maybe an B7, and back home to an E7. What jazz does to make it jazz blues is it makes those chords considerably more sophisticated. So it might use a 9th instead of a 7th. And then it might use a 13th instead of a 7th. Could use a 7 augmented 5th instead of that one, and then back again. So fundamentally, the 12-bar blues means 12 sets of 4 beats in a very specific pattern. We call these chords the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. So it starts, the original blues starts out with a 1 chord for 4 bars, and then the 4 chord for a couple, back to the 1, over to the 5, and back to the 1. In time, it evolved into something called quick change blues, which simply meant that they didn't hang on the chords for so long. So it might have been the 1 chord for 4 beats, then the 4 chord, and then back to the 1. And from there on, there's any number of combinations of chords that we as jazz players consider intrinsic American blues feel, but it will often have a swing type feel, more sophisticated chords, and clearly more sophisticated scales.
Now you also do that on a National Steel
Yeah, I love
guitar.
guitars.
You still using that as well?
Pardon?
You still using it currently?
Yeah, I play a song, I play someone else's song on the new album,
Okay.
Death Letter.
Okay. And are you singing much these days?
Oh, all that.
Oh, you are? Great, man.
Oh,
Great.
sure.
Okay, okay. Do you work with your brother at all, Edgar?
Well, every chance I get, not as much as I'd like.
Okay. Okay. So you're not recording with him right now?
No, no, he didn't play on the last record.
Yeah. Okay.
He played on the one that just came out a couple of years ago.
And when you were coming up in the very beginning, who were your influences?
T-Bone Walker, B.B. King, Robert Johnson, Son House, Elmore James. I was Buddy Waters, of course. I was influenced. I bought every blues record I could find. I learned something from just about all of them.
Now, did you slow the records down and take the licks off?
That's exactly. I just played them regular speed.
And did it by ear?
Yeah.
So you have these enormous ears.
Yeah, I could tell what was going on in the records. But
Yeah.
just listen to it.
Yeah. And watching you play, you have a lot of chops. Not that you need chops to play the blues, but you have a lot of chops, I've noticed, when you're playing. Do you agree? You feel like you're very technically proficient?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel any different today than you did 40 years ago as a player?
Well, I probably played better 40 years ago.
Okay, okay. Do you feel you play less today, less notes?
Not really.
No? You still got the chops happening.
Oh, yeah, I can still play good stuff. It's
Okay.
not the same.
Okay. Are you practicing when you're
Well,
not
I
playing?
don't have to. We play so much. We play so much I don't need to practice.
Yeah. Well, what do you do on your time off?
Watch TV. Watch a lot of TV.
Okay, okay. And you've influenced so many players like Joe Bonamassa, you said, and many of the younger players today. I mean, really, you're a part of blues history and guitar history as well. The hat you have on is catching my eye with the two rattlesnakes.
Yeah, I've had that for about 30 years.
Oh, you have? Okay, okay. And is that your signature hat? To
Well,
wear?
I've got a bunch of them.
Oh, you do?
This is my favorite.
Okay, okay. Now, who's in your band today?
Scott Spray on bass, Tommy Curioli on drums, Paul Nelson on the other guitar.
Okay, they've been with you for a long time?
Yeah, we've been together about almost 15 years now.
Oh my gosh, that's a
Except
family.
for the drummer's only been in the band maybe a year.
Okay, okay. He looks young if it's the same person I'm thinking. He looks very young. Do you mind playing something else for me? That's beautiful, beautiful. Do you listen to any of the younger players today?
There's not many good younger players around. I like Derek Trucks a lot, I like Warren Haynes a lot. They're not really young now, but they're younger than I am.
Yeah, yeah. And you've played with both Derek and
I've played with
Warren.
both of them, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure you've influenced both of them in a very big way. And, yeah. How do you feel these days? You feel spry?
great.
You look great. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and your hair's still long and thick.
Yep.
I mean, most people lose it by 40,
Yeah,
right?
I'm real lucky.
Yeah, you've been really blessed. Yeah. Do you have many friends around these days that you play with at all, like from the past?
My first bass player is still around. He's from Chicago now.
Okay.
Bill Strigan. I see him every time we go to Chicago.
Okay.
He's a couple of years older than I am.
How do you think the business of music, the business has been towards you? Have you been happy with that?
With the what?
With the business of music, outside of the playing?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't really keep up with it. It's Paul does pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much all that.
Your manager, Paul. Yeah, yeah. You're more about the playing.
You're right.
Oh, and that's what it should be. That's what it should be about. Yeah, yeah. Straight up blues. Do you play anything else outside of the blues?
No, we do a little rock. Yeah, we try to be good, going wrong.
Oh, okay, okay. Some of the old rock stuff.
I like early rock and roll.
Okay, early rock and roll. Okay, okay. The shuffles,
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah. Gets your blood moving, doesn't it? Yeah. Do you mind playing again for me?
Oh, bro,
I could sit here all night and listen. Little Muddy Waters. I can hear the call and response there when you're doing the bass and then the high notes, and you can hear that 12-bar blues the entire time happening. Is that how you're always thinking, 12 bars?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much? Okay, okay. You ever break away from the slide?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We only play 2 slide songs a night.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The rest is
Okay.
regular guitar.
Okay, okay. And what amps are you using these days?
Music Man, 410s.
Okay, and how about for the dirt, for the distortion?
Yeah, but it's a distortion little.
Oh, it does. Okay. Do you go through effects at all?
I use a Boss Chorus pedal.
Okay.
No, not very much.
Okay. Not much. But
Just enough to make things move forward.
okay, but not like an arsenal of effects like a lot of blues players use. Yeah, yeah. That's great. So it's all pure. Well, what's one of your favorite songs that you wrote that you keep dear to your heart?
There's a bunch of them. It's like Dallas a lot.
Dallas. Okay.
Dallas is a good one.
Right, right.
Stranger. Yeah, I think that's my favorite song I've ever written.
And when did you write Stranger?
I'm sure in the 80s, I believe.
Okay. And what was that about?
Just being lonesome on the road.
Do you get lonesome on the road?
Sure, you miss my wife, miss my home.
Yeah, yeah. I bet you do. I bet you do. And you travel on the bus pretty much around the.
Pretty much, unless it's too far away.
Right, right, right. Yeah. I know tonight we're not too far away.
No, about an hour and a half home.
Right, right. This must be like home for you, being at BB King's in New York here, right?
Right.
In many ways. I feel a lot of love when I walk in the room and the people around you, the respect and the honor. And you're not trying to command that, it's just naturally there.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What would you say to a young blues player coming up today, what to do?
Listen to the old guys.
Listen to the old
Listen
guys.
to the older people who came before.
Okay.
You really have to do that to remember who's right.
And like Robert.
John Walker, B.B. King, Chuck Berry.
Okay.
Do it your own way. It's no use copying somebody exactly. You've already done it.
Do you
You
ever
listen to it and learn what they're doing and then put it in your own style.
Did you ever get to play with Chuck Berry?
Never did. Never met Chuck.
Really?
I know both these kids, Bush and Angry, but I never met Chuck.
Okay.
I don't think I'd want to. He's not a very nice guy. He's a great guitar player.
Yeah. I don't know him. I don't
I
know.
don't know either.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like a very nice guy.
Yeah, I don't hear
I think
much
I'd
about
rather just like him. Not me.
Yeah, yeah. There's some musicians that are like that, yeah. You seem like such a personable person. as
I
well.
enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm very lucky.
Very
to be
lucky.
able to do exactly what I want.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a real honor. Do you mind playing out for me a bit?
Sure.
That was great, Johnny. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much.
Sir, thank you so much.
Hi, whether you're a beginner or an advanced player, the most important thing for any guitarist to keep in mind is just make sure you keep your instrument in tune. So there's a variety of different ways you can do it, from a cell phone app to an electronic clip-on tuner like we're using here, or a good old-fashioned pitchfork. So what we're going to do to get started is we're just going to tune our low E string to a target pitch. We're going to be tuning to A at 440, which is traditional concert pitch. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clip this little tuner onto any flat surface on the instrument, and we're going to hit the open string, and we're just going to tune it sharp or flat until the target is reached right at the center of the digital display. So I'm going to hit each note with a medium attack, not pick too soft or too hard, just to make sure that we're getting a good reading. If you pick too hard, it can make the note spike a little sharp. If you pick too soft, it's not going to pick up clear enough. So we're going to go up and down, and a lot of times you'll have to do it twice. Just if you tune one string, it's going to affect the other ones. So usually twice up and down the strings, and you're in good shape to make sure your instrument in tune. So I'm Kevin Coyle, and that's your guitar tip of the day.